Have you ever caught yourself wondering when exactly your body started feeling different? Not just older, but slower. You still try to do the right things. You stay active. You eat what you think is healthy. You follow the advice you've heard for years. But somewhere in the quiet moments, the truth creeps in. The mornings feel heavier. Your energy runs out sooner. And the fire that once came naturally in the bedroom, it flickers now, sometimes barely there. You might lie awake asking yourself, is this just age? Is this the new normal? I want you to hear me clearly, it's not always age. I'm Dr. Maya Kapoor, and after more than 30 years working with men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, I've learned something most doctors never say out loud. Sometimes the biggest difference in how you age isn't in the pills you take or the workouts you push through. It's in the fuel you give your body every single day. And that fuel can be as simple as what's sitting in your fruit bowl right now. But here's the problem. Most men have been trained to think about health in terms of what to avoid. Cut the fat, lower the sugar, eat less salt. And while some of that matters, it leaves out an equally important truth. Your body doesn't just need you to avoid the bad. It's begging you to give it the good, the right kind of good, the kind that directly speaks to the systems that keep you a man, your circulation, your testosterone, and your energy production. Without them, everything else begins to fade. Over the years, I've seen men try to fix this fade with every method under the sun. Expensive supplements, hormone replacement shots, even risky surgeries. But here's what I've discovered again and again. Before you spend a fortune, before you risk side effects, there are 3 simple, natural, powerful foods that can restore more than you think possible if you use them correctly. 3 fruits that work in harmony with your body to reignite blood flow, rebalance hormones, and bring back the steady, confident energy you thought was behind you. And I'm not talking about exotic, hard-to-find superfoods. I'm talking about everyday fruits, the kind you can pick up at any grocery store. The key isn't in their rarity, it's in their power. An orange fruit that feeds energy to every cell in your body. A blue fruit that quietly restores hormone balance. A red fruit that opens your arteries like a fresh breath of air. Used together, they don't just improve your health, they can change the way you age. But before we dive into what they are, I want you to understand why this matters. Because too many men believe decline is inevitable, when in reality, much of it is preventable. Circulation is the lifeblood, literally, of your performance, your stamina, and your ability to respond. Testosterone isn't just about intimacy, it's about your drive, your confidence, your willingness to face the day. And cellular energy, that's the quiet fuel behind every movement, every thought, every laugh. When these 3 pillars are strong, you feel alive. When they weaken, you feel yourself slipping. I've seen men who thought they were finished, men who avoided intimacy not out of choice, but because their body wouldn't cooperate, come back to life simply by changing what they put on their plate each morning. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same. No hype, no magic, just the right food, in the right order, for the right reasons. So let's start with the first fruit, the one that can, in just days, improve the very foundation of your performance, your blood flow. I remember David, a 71-year-old retired engineer who came to me with the same look I've seen countless times, shoulders a little slumped, eyes tired, a mix of frustration and resignation in his voice. "Doc," he said, "I feel like a different man." And not in a good way. He wasn't sick. He wasn't on new medication. But his energy was low, his mood was flat, and intimacy felt like a distant memory. What David didn't know was that his biggest problem wasn't age, it was circulation. That's where watermelon comes in. And I'm not talking about the occasional summer slice. I mean consistent, intentional use of this red powerhouse. Watermelon is loaded with citrulline, an amino acid that your body converts into arginine, a building block for nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the messenger that tells your blood vessels to relax and expand, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to flow exactly where it needs to go. This is the same pathway popular ED medications use, but here it's coming from a natural side effect-free source. Science backs it up. In clinical studies, men who consumed watermelon daily showed measurable improvements in erectile quality and duration in as little as 2 weeks, not because of a synthetic chemical, but because their bodies were being given the raw materials to work as designed. For David, I recommended 200 ml of pure watermelon juice every morning, before breakfast. No sugar, no blends, just the fruit. 2 weeks later, David walked into my office with a different energy. He stood taller, his handshake was firmer, and yes, he admitted with a grin, his wife had noticed changes too. "She's giving me that look again," he said. That wasn't magic. It was biology, blood vessels waking up, circulation flowing, and confidence returning. Watermelon alone can open the door, but if you stop there, you're only addressing one piece of the puzzle. Because even with great blood flow, you need the right hormones to feel like yourself. That's where the second fruit comes in, and it works so quietly. Most men don't even realize it's happening until they feel the difference. And that's exactly where we'll go in the next part. How a small, deep blue fruit can become your best ally in keeping testosterone steady, stress down, and your sense of self alive. When I think about the men who've walked into my office over the years, I can almost see a pattern in their faces before they even speak. A certain heaviness in the eyes, a slower way of moving, a kind of quiet hesitation. And often, their words confirm what I've already guessed. "Doc, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That's exactly what George, a 67-year-old former small business owner, told me the first time we met. George wasn't sick. He didn't have any major injuries. In fact, he was doing many of the right things. He stayed active. He ate what most would call a healthy diet, and he got regular checkups. But still, something had shifted. His energy wasn't there. He no longer woke up ready to take on the day. The moments of intimacy with his wife had grown rare, not because the love was gone, but because the drive had quietly faded. And the worst part was, he couldn't point to a single reason why. This is where so many men get stuck. They think what they're feeling is just getting older. But I can tell you, after decades in this field, that what George was experiencing had a name: testosterone decline. Now, let me be clear. Testosterone isn't just about sex. It's about your overall sense of vitality. It fuels your motivation to move, your confidence to speak, your mental focus, and yes, your desire for closeness. After 60, it's natural for testosterone to dip, but there's a dangerous accelerant in modern life that pushes it even lower: chronic inflammation and stress. That's where the second fruit in our trio comes in: the humble, deep blue blueberry. Most people think of blueberries as just a sweet snack for breakfast. But for men over 60, they are a quiet hormonal ally. Blueberries are loaded with anthocyanins, the compounds that give them their rich blue color. These are not just antioxidants, they're inflammation fighters. And inflammation is one of testosterone's biggest enemies. Every day, microscopic inflammation inside your body chips away at your hormone production, your blood vessel health, and your nerve sensitivity. But blueberries go even further. They're rich in magnesium and vitamin C, two nutrients that play a direct role in balancing male hormones. Magnesium helps regulate the enzymes that control testosterone production. Vitamin C protects your testicular tissue from oxidative stress and supports healthy blood flow. Together, they create an environment where your body can make and maintain testosterone more effectively. And here's something most men never hear. Blueberries can also help reduce cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol not only makes you feel tense and on edge, it also suppresses testosterone production. In other words, the more stressed you are, the lower your testosterone is likely to be. By bringing cortisol down, blueberries indirectly give your testosterone room to rise. When I added blueberries to George's plan, I kept it simple: one generous handful a day. Fresh if he had them, frozen if not. It makes no difference to their power. Within a week, he told me he felt a little more alive. Within 2 weeks, his energy at work had improved. And by the end of the first month, his wife pulled me aside after a follow-up appointment to quietly say, "Thank you for giving me my husband back." It wasn't just about the bedroom. George laughed more. He had the energy to take evening walks again. His handshake was stronger, and that confidence, that quiet, unspoken male confidence, had started to return. Here's why I love blueberries for men over 60. They don't act like a sledgehammer. They don't force your body into a quick high and then leave you crashing. They work like a steady hand, guiding your hormones back toward balance while protecting the very systems that keep you strong. And in this phase of life, steady and consistent always wins over fast and fleeting. But we're not done. Because even with great circulation from the watermelon and healthy hormone balance from the blueberries, there's still one last piece to the puzzle: energy production. Without that, all the blood flow and testosterone in the world won't help you get through the day without feeling drained. That's where our third fruit comes in, a golden orange powerhouse that doesn't just give you a sugar rush, but feeds your cells the fuel they need to run like they used to. And that's exactly what we'll explore in the next part: how a tropical favorite can become your body's most reliable energy plant, keeping you steady from morning to night without the crashes or jitters. By the time most men reach their 70s, they've developed a strange relationship with energy. It comes in short bursts. Maybe you wake up feeling okay, but by mid-morning, you're ready for a nap. Or you have a good afternoon, but by evening, you're wiped out. And over time, you start planning your life around those dips, avoiding activities you once loved simply because you don't have the fuel to enjoy them. That's exactly where Raphael was when he first came to see me. A 74-year-old retired professor, he was proud of his career, proud of his family, and proud of the life he'd built. But behind that pride, there was frustration. "Doc," he told me, "I'm exhausted before the day even starts. I wake up tired, and it feels like I'm running on fumes. Even when I do have a bit of energy, it disappears in a flash." Here's the thing: Raphael wasn't dealing with some mysterious illness. His problem was simpler, but no less damaging. His body wasn't getting the right kind of fuel to keep his energy steady. And after 60, your cells don't just need food, they need the right signals to wake up and perform. That's where the third fruit in our trio comes in: mango. Most people think of mangoes as just a sweet treat from the tropics. But for men over 60, they're what I call an energy plant, a direct supplier of the raw materials your body uses to create steady, reliable energy at the cellular level. Mangoes are packed with vitamin C, potassium, and a variety of B vitamins. Vitamin C supports your arteries, helping them stay flexible so blood and the oxygen it carries can get to every corner of your body. Potassium works alongside magnesium, like the kind you get from blueberries, to keep your blood pressure balanced and your vessels relaxed. And the B vitamins? They're the spark plugs in your body's energy engine, turning the carbohydrates in your food into ATP, the chemical your cells burn for fuel. But here's why mango is so different from quick fixes, like coffee or sugary snacks. It doesn't cause a spike and crash. The natural carbohydrates in mango are paired with fiber, antioxidants, and minerals that slow absorption and stabilize your blood sugar. That means you don't just get a rush of energy, you get a sustained flow that keeps you moving, thinking, and engaging for hours. When Raphael added mango to his mornings, just half a fruit, sometimes with a spoonful of yogurt, something shifted. Within days, he told me, I feel more stable. I don't hit that wall mid-morning anymore. A few weeks later, he was walking every day again, reading in the afternoons without dozing off, and even tackling small projects around the house that he'd been putting off for months. And here's the beautiful part. Mango doesn't just boost your daily stamina. Its antioxidants actively fight oxidative stress, those tiny bits of damage that build up in your cells over time and make you age faster. By reducing that stress, mango helps your body recover more quickly from activity, maintain a more positive mood, and even protect your mental sharpness. So now you've got the full picture: watermelon for circulation, blueberries for hormones, and mango for energy. On their own, each one is powerful. But when you bring them together, something remarkable happens. They work in harmony, multiplying each other's benefits. Open arteries mean your hormones and nutrients can reach their targets. Balanced hormones mean your energy systems stay efficient. Steady energy means you can actually use the strength and confidence these changes give you. In the next part, I'm going to show you exactly how to put them together in what I call the Morning Vigor Ritual, a simple 5-minute practice that tells your body from the very first hour of the day that you're still in the game. And I'll share one bonus step that can make this trio even more effective so you feel the results not in months, but in days. When men ask me, Doc, where do I even start? I give them the same answer I've given hundreds of patients. Start with your morning. The first hour after you wake up is the most powerful window you have all day. Your blood vessels are more responsive. Your hormones are shifting from rest mode to action mode. Your brain is primed to receive signals about what kind of day it's going to be. And if you use that window well, you can set the tone for your circulation, your hormone balance, and your energy for the next 12-16 hours. That's where the Morning Vigor Ritual comes in. It's simple, it's fast, and it works because it stacks the benefits of all 3 fruits in the exact order your body needs them. Step 1. Prime your circulation. The moment you get up, before coffee, before breakfast, before checking your phone, drink 200 ml of pure watermelon juice. This floods your system with citrulline, which your body turns into arginine, which then boosts nitric oxide production. Your arteries open, your blood starts flowing freely, and every cell in your body gets the oxygen it's been waiting for all night. Think of it like turning the key in an engine. You're getting the system warmed up before you hit the road. Step 2, fuel your cells. Within 10-15 minutes, eat half a ripe mango. This sends clean carbohydrates, potassium, vitamin C, and B vitamins into your bloodstream right as your arteries are primed to receive them. That means the nutrients travel faster and farther, delivering energy directly to your brain, muscles, and heart. You don't just feel more awake, You are more awake at the cellular level. Step 3. Balance your hormones. Finish with a generous handful of blueberries, fresh or frozen, it doesn't matter. Their anthocyanins start reducing inflammation. Their magnesium supports testosterone production, and their vitamin C continues the arterial protection that the watermelon and mango started. On top of that, they help lower cortisol, so your testosterone isn't being suppressed before your day even begins. Why this order? Because you're building on each step. Watermelon opens the highways, mango sends the fuel, and blueberries guard the system so it stays strong. It's synergy, each fruit multiplying the benefits of the others. I've seen men try this for a week and come back almost in disbelief. They wake up with more morning energy, their mood is steadier, their walks feel easier, and in private moments, their confidence returns, not as a forced performance, but as a natural response. Their body is ready to give again. The bonus step. Here's the small addition that can make it work even faster. A short burst of movement right after you finish the ritual. It doesn't have to be intense. A 5-minute brisk walk outside, some light stretching, or even climbing a flight of stairs a few times. Movement right after fueling sends a clear message to your body. We're using this energy. Keep producing it. This not only amplifies circulation, but also trains your body to turn those morning nutrients into action instead of storing them. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Can something this simple really make a difference? And I'll tell you what I tell every man who sits in front of me. Big changes come from small actions, done consistently. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself every day. Because here's the truth. Aging doesn't break you. Giving up does. Every day you choose to nourish your body, to keep your circulation flowing, your hormones balanced, and your energy steady. You're telling yourself and the people who love you, I'm still here. I still care. I'm still in the game. So tomorrow morning, before the world gets loud, walk into your kitchen and claim that first hour for yourself. Pour the watermelon juice. Slice the mango. Grab the blueberries. Take those 5 minutes and make them yours. Then watch what begins to unfold, not just in your body, but in your life. When you truly nourish your body, it responds in ways you might have thought were gone forever. Longer walks, warmer mornings, deeper laughs, and yes, the kind of intimacy that makes you feel like yourself again. This isn't the end of your story. It's the start of a new chapter, one you have the power to write. And if today's message spoke to you, I'd be honored to hear your thoughts in the comments. Your story might be the encouragement another man needs. If you'd like to keep having conversations like this, you can subscribe so we can keep walking this road together. And if there's someone you care about who might need this reminder, please share it with him. It could be the spark he's been waiting for.